Hello and welcome to day 30 of Adventures in Tarot Casting, a series that I have been doing all month for the October of 2025. We only have 2 days left, and I am so grateful that you've been here for this whole time. If not, be sure to check out the playlist and see the other stickers that have been featured and our readings that have just been a lot of fun. So today we are working with the Spark, which looks like this, and here is the back of that, and this is the Casting Cards Oracle, which can be found on my Make Playing Cards shop. I'm going to put that there, and then this is the sticker and the my page in my book. These books you can create for yourself if you feel so inspired. We sell the stickers, and the cards have they all come with a printout of this, but if you want an actual card, you can order the Oracle. Anyway, so this image was created as part of my Patreon, which is the Creative Divination Circle. It's where I share a lot of sneak peeks, behind the scenes. Sometimes I do ponderings and musings about my own relationship with tarot and the cards and oracles and just being a creative in general. So the Spark is the lower tier. There's a free tier, the Spark, and Illumination. And Illumination we've already covered in this series. So this is the image that I created. And of course, since it's very heavily around creative divination, which is my tarot casting practice, along with the art that I create to bring into this, I wanted to create a casting stage. So this, of course, has 3 spots. You can use, the one could be either an oracle or a tarot. Again, as I've said in every other video, use what you want. I'm just simply giving you suggestions. And then there's 2 cards on the sides, and then we have space for tiles. In this case, I'm using Lenormand Tiles. And then the 4 corners, we're going to do some charms. Thought it would be neat, since it is the day before Halloween and it's mischief night, or, just really kind of spooky feeling. I would use decks that kind of make us go a little deeper, right? So I have the Reclaim Oracle for the Oracle in the center, the Silhouettes Tarot for the sides. This is the Monsters Lenormand that I used to have in collaboration with Jess Rollar, who is Coffee and the Fool. Her art is amazing. She's done quite a few decks and Lenormand decks, so be sure to check her out. We no longer are collaborating. Our collaborations for tiles are generally for a limited time, and that time ran out, but this is fun, and it's right on theme. So let's see. Let's get to it. Let's use the Reclaim Oracle to find what energies in the center space here. This is the candle, right? This is the vessel for intentions. It can be dressed with oils, herbs, glitter, signifying what is to be manifested. So this is like our intention. This is what we're working on. Maybe we're setting out to our ancestors this, Halloween Eve, and what we want to work on, what we want to call in, or what we want to cast out, right? Either way, we're manifesting space in our life for some new. And this is an example for the 3-card multi-casting spread, how you can assign meanings to each of the placements and make it a little bit more your own. Some of our older stickers, they just have a lot of spaces, and I give a general, this is what this means, like a very general overview. But if you're like, oh, I want to attach it to the imagery in the background, then this is how you can do that. So in this instance, we have the candle here, right? And so like I said, this is our vessel for intentions. And we have, I like that these have hands. I didn't even think of that when I was picking the deck. Detachment. So I'm going to put that in the middle. So that's what we're igniting, is a sense of maybe detachment. Maybe are we igniting it because we want to be more detached, or are we too detached? Let's see what the oracle notes are. With oracles, I do like to check the notes that the creator has given us. detachment. So it's a departure from the self, from one another, from the place where I belonged. It's letting go because it's time to go. Detachment is not like abandoning. It is allowing myself to be free of thought, free of pain, and free of you. It's the right thing to do. So I can see that. I can see, like, on this time to give to our ancestors the things that we no longer feel like we need to be attached to. Like maybe it's habits and patterns and constantly scrolling, or like maybe there's just something that in your life you've been having a really hard time letting go of, but this is telling us that it's safe to let go and it's time to let go. And so then the Silhouettes Tarot, we're going to pull this in. I have to glue this tuck box. Glue it again. Okay. Put that there. There's extra cards. All right. So these are the positions 2 and 3. Excuse me. The shield, so the hand that's shielding the flame. This is what's blocking opposing forces to help our intention to have the right conditions to manifest. So this is what we need in order to be able to fully detach. And then this will be the match that sets it in motion. But we'll do the shield first. Oh my gosh. If I can shuffle, we'll be good. Okay, what blocks opposing forces to help our intention have the right conditions to manifest? And we've got 4 of Pentacles, and it's showing us to conserve our energy, right? I had that yesterday in the demo. So that's really like, hey, maybe you don't need to tell everybody. Maybe you just need to let it go. Like, maybe there's this whole thing of shielding. Like I see, like, in this picture, we have like this person shielding themselves, holding on to what's important to them, and then letting go of the rest, right? And so that is going to help block those opposing forces. And then we have the match, and this is the catalyst needed to set things in motion. This energy will push us towards that goal. And we have the moon. Ooh, look at that. I love that. I just love how these work together and how it's so on theme with the spark and with this, like, it's just working well. Sometimes I'm curious of how it's going to come together, and then when it comes together, it's like, oh yeah, this is perfect. So the moon, creating the catalyst, is saying, hey, the cycle is now. The time is now. This is, this has been enough of this waxing and waning in your phases, and also it's reflecting why you've gotten here. It's showing you the roots of the issue and time to cull those roots. It's saying, there's going to be illusions of what could happen, but don't believe those illusions. That's it's generally our thoughts, like, in our head, so it's kind of, I just see this more as the time is right. Like, it's the phase, especially on Mischief Night. The time is now to release whenever you don't want. The veil is thin. Our ancestors are here. Give it to them to carry. And so now with the Lenormand, we're going to look at the above and below. Let me just pour that stuff in there. Do this. Okay. Above, so we have 4, 5, and 6. This is the spark, and these are the initial energy created along with the action steps to take to keep this momentum going. 3. And we've got the monster, the creature, and the partner. Oh, that's funny. So 40, I mean, I swear I was shuffling them. These are extra cards that come through it, but I like that they're oracles in this sense. So we have the monster, the creature, and the partner. So this almost feels like a union of the two. So the energy is to let go is finding yourself again, right? Like the above, to keep it going, there's always going to be the monster part, and there's always going to be that little creature part. And then you have the partner where they come together. And that brings us in the above energy. It's spotlighting all the different things that maybe are being held on to that need to be detached, or what could be waiting for you. Like, allow that the rough side of you to finally come out. Stop playing so nice, realize that maybe your partner has your back in it. If you don't have a partner, maybe you want to find the people that make you show your true self. And some people may think we're monsters, but that's okay. And the bottom here, we have what is rising up from the void. So this is the unknown. This is in the darkness, the underneath part of the candle. And this is, just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not helping, right? I have 3, and so let's see what we got here. We've got the coffin, house, and the cross. So what's rising up is saying, our home is what keeps us, closed up in the home is probably like that, the feeling of being a sanctuary, right? We've closed the chapters on things. Maybe there was parts of us that through this detachment needed to just be said goodbye to. And the cross is showing us, we can look at it as a sense of faith, that know that in this process, our faith is what's helping us to actually let go. And our home will always be that place that we feel safest. It could be your home. It could be your favorite bookstore or coffee shop, or wherever it is, your favorite place to go that makes you feel safe, especially if these energies feel a lot. But in order to get to detachment, we have to see what needs to be let go. And the coffin helps us say goodbye to that. And then we have, for boosters, these energies help to focus the spark to keep the momentum on track. So this is kind of like the oxygen that helps keep it lit, right? And we've got the banjo. And for me, that is tied to my father, who has passed. But for it could be listen to what's plucking at your heartstrings, that is telling you what you need to detach from. The music that you want to make. And then we have the DNA strand, and this is also saying this is part of your core energy of who you are. It could be connected to your ancestors here. And this is going to help keep you going, knowing that maybe you don't want to be like that, and just because it's in your DNA doesn't mean it's who you are, right? I mean, I guess that's kind of what it means, but biologically, molecularly, and also thoughts, they can all be different things. And then we have the unicorn, and maybe you're the exception, right? Like maybe the unicorn is reminding us that you too are magic. And we have the reindeer. The deer, the reindeer. I feel like this is a reindeer. It's kind of like jumping. And that is just to go gentle with yourself through this time of detachment and of letting go, because in this moment we're facing the monsters, we're facing all of our different personas, we're conserving our energy because the full moon is illuminating what parts of us we want to keep and what parts of us we don't, and are, saying goodbye, and it feels heavy. So, but I would expect nothing less than on Mischief Night for the monsters to come out and play, right? So again, tomorrow we will be working with Tidal Wave. It is the last in the series, and I look forward to going through this spread with you and wrapping up our October Adventures in Tarot Casting. I really hope you've been enjoying it. And again, if you're new to my world, please like and subscribe. Follow me in all the places. And I will see you here tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.